Lurker is here. We can start now. Ladies and gentlemen, I was just waiting for him. That's all I was doing. I wasn't late. The music was, though. Ladies and gentlemen, I almost didn't even start today's show. There was not a lot of news, but there was a little bit. So if it has to be a shorter video, it is. But I like to, you know, do this every single day. I want to keep that as a good schedule. But not a whole lot of news in the fintech space. There is, however, a lot of news in Celsius and these sorts of things. Congratulations to the Celsius shareholders. Stock is now at $80 a share. If I could self promote just a little bit, I did a Stock Tank episode, which was a old series that Tevis and I had play on, the Shark Tank, Stock Tank. Um, where we were covering different positions, and Jonah Lupton came on to pitch Celsius. And I personally believe that was one of the better videos that we've ever produced. It's a slow start. That's the only thing that I wish we did a little bit better. But if you guys just look up like Celsius Stock Tank, future investing, something like that, you'll see one of the best stock pitches ever. And you can maybe see how Celsius was up so much, because this company is just absolutely dominating. Celsius, sorry, yeah. Big fan of the Celsius VOD. Yeah. No, it was really good. It was really good. And what's so funny is because Tevis actually has a pretty sizable position now in that company. There he is. But Tevis, you did not like Celsius at first. Nothing, man. We were just talking about the Celsius video. That's it. The Stock Tank video, which Jonah Lupton is actually posting about this new company that he really likes. Maybe we should get him on to do a return of the Stock Tank, because the Stock Tank now, looking back on it, a lot of the names are actually doing quite well. So, Nubank has done extremely well. Hims, Celsius, Adyen. It was just a great time for those types of stocks, and I think we actually did very well. I don't know what else was on there. SoFi wasn't on there, but yeah, not much. Now, I saw a tweet recently that I really wanted to talk about. Okay. Now, this was from a little bit ago, but it actually just popped up on my feed. So a little shout out to the Twitter algorithm. Kyle from the Stock Goat YouTube channel just, a little bit ago, tweeted, when SoFi went public, it told investors it would have $2.1 billion in revenue in 2023. You can see that they associated that in their estimates for 2023 all the way back, which they did in 2020, 2019. It was actually in 2020. So Tevis just said in the chat, I went out to the bar, bought my entire team a drink, then took an Uber home, ordered a whole platter of sushi. Can you tell that Celsius had a huge beat? Yeah, no, it was really exciting. Really great read. But anyway, he said it also told investors that they would have 484 million in annual EBITDA. It actually ended up having 432 million in EBITDA, which was an 11% miss. Okay. So he said, is this a management that you can trust? Now, I don't know. I'm not going to try to speak to his, realism in this comment, or if it's, being sarcastic or whatever. But two things. One, management has addressed this. Okay. They actually spoke about how their bank charter was actually delayed by a year. I actually think he says this in one of the comments, that he does also bring it up. I wish he said it in the original tweet as well, but that management did also not have the bank charter for a full year. And then also, student loans, who could have ever predicted, right? So student loans completely evaporating. And then, yeah, 1 year of completely finished, 1 year of not having the bank charter is, a heck of a blow to the company overall. So that kind of sucks. Sorry, I'm already thinking about the next thing I want to talk about. I shouldn't do this. Okay. Anyway, to this long-term guidance, guys, completely erase from your memory that is the 2024 guidance or 2025 guidance going forward. That is not what SoFi is guiding for in the long term versus what they're guiding for today. Now, their growth might accelerate to get points that are similar to that or even past that, but that's not the numbers that they're actually operating off of right now. Yeah. Yeah, we talked about Unity as well. Yeah, we did a stock tank on Unity. Tevis has been not happy about that one. But he did get Celsius, he's holding it. As much as he wasn't a fan of the company back whenever we did the stock tank, he corrected his wrongs and he's bought and held the company since. Okay, did you see the Derek White interview today? What interview is this? I did not see this. Rip Unity. I'm getting more and more bullish on the on running shoes. Yeah, I haven't used them ever, so yeah. But if he wants to come on and pitch it to me and tell me why it's a great company, or maybe I'll take a look at the numbers myself, but not one that I'm holding currently. Tevis, you got a couple drinks in you? You want to come on the channel and have a conversation? You discussed Galileo. Someone send me a link. How long is the discussion? Like, can we watch it here? They're nothing special. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'll buy you a pair. I'm flush this week. I'm a 10.5, Tevis. Just send me a pair. You know where I live, I think. It just DDoSes me. Or doxes me, just doxes me on the internet right now. That's funny. Someone send me the interview right now. Interview was on Stock Goat's video. What? Where did he get it? Where? Oh, okay. I think this is another YouTube video. Okay. Tevis, what? He's printing right now, guys. Love you too, buddy. He just gave YouTube like friggin' $20. It's an old video. Yeah, okay. I assumed as much. Still probably worth a good watch, so we'll check that out after, but yeah. Yeah. He's definitely had a couple drinks. Tevis, $50. You know what that gets you? That gets you an invite to the thing. So come on, say hi. Set up your camera for a minute. Tevis is drunk. Oh man, I haven't even had dinner yet. I might get some sushi now. Celebrate with him. Okay. Let's talk about some other things though. This is small in the news. Okay, what really was not a big news day. So, but I did want to come on and just talk with you guys, see how you guys are doing. So, one, Bank of America, Wells Fargo now offering access to spot Bitcoin ETFs. Okay, very exciting. I did send you the link. I sent you the link through X. Tevis. And then, yeah, they weren't offering them at first. They're now offering them. Join the cult. Crypto, crypto, crypto. Love it. Exciting stuff. And the buzz that I'm really seeing, I don't feel like I'm looking up too much more crypto content, but I'm seeing it everywhere now. And the volumes must just be insane. And mainly, it's all focused on Bitcoin. The separation between where we were before, like back in the last real bull market, with how much the altcoins made up comparatively to Bitcoin in general for the full total market, versus now it's way more highly concentrated in Bitcoin. But yeah. Have I heard of Inner and Co? Yeah, I've had a couple people send me that ticker, but I honestly have not really looked into it. Like I said, the Nubank, what's it called? Like course full deep dive is not fully done yet, and there's not a chance I'm going to be able to finish it for next couple weeks. But yeah, I'm sure that'll be a name that we explore. Okay, Shift 4. This is really interesting news, actually. One, they announced a partnership with MetLife Stadium, okay, home of the New York Jets, New York Giants, these sorts of names, that they are now doing a full partnership with them, going to be servicing that stadium as well, very much like what they just did with the New York Yankees. Now, there's Amadeus and what's the other name? Why am I blanking on this? Fiserv, that are actually trying to acquire Shift 4. Well, that might not be very true. One of the Tevis is in the background. Give me 1 sec, Tevis. I'll throw you in a sec before you get your giggles on. But one of the executives from Amadeus actually came in and said, we have no such plans. And this actually happened about a month ago with Fiserv's executives saying that, we have no plans of buying Shift 4. So now I'm actually starting to believe, like, is there some level of manipulation here? Like, why do they keep coming out saying a bunch of companies are trying to acquire them? And then all of these companies are like, hey, we're not really thinking of this at all. So either they're just trying to play their cards low so the stock stays low, who knows? Or, it's working for Shift 4 to have these rumors go around because the stock spikes and ends up staying high for quite a long time. Tevis, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for buying me a part of shoes.
Yeah, man. My sushi's gonna be here soon, so I figured you should have some too.
You know what? I'm gonna order some right now.
Good.
I'm gonna use your money and eat sushi with you.
Good.
Okay, wait. I'm gonna figure that out. What has been the news of the day lately, aside from Celsius? What did you think, by the way? I've had barely even a chance to look at the numbers.
I mean, I'm just sad that Celsius ran away from me, man. I wish I bought so much heavier because I'm up like 4x on Celsius because I bought calls like exclusively. And it's just insane performance from Celsius. So I made quite a bit of money, but Chris Patel probably is like a millionaire at this point. That guy, holy crap.
Yeah. And if Jonah Lupton is continuing to hold his shares,
my God, I cannot imagine.
So he said whenever he was starting to acquire in his position, it was a $600 million market cap. Today, I think it passed 19 or 20 now, something like that.
Yeah, it's insane. I don't know.
18.9 billion. So, yeah.
I don't know if this is going to be a hold for me. If this is going to be a trade for me, I think I've got to sell I've got to sell the leaps. I feel like I have to. It's run up so much so fast that I might unwind the leaps very shortly.
And so, speaking dollar basis, how much are you going to make?
Enough to give you a $50 donation, just randomly.
Yeah, no, I was just kidding. But
I felt really bougie today. I bought my entire team a drink. I was like, yeah, whatever. Well, and then the bar was like 5 minutes away from my house, and I was like, it's a little cold today. It's like -2. Like, it's a little cold. I'll take an Uber. And,
yeah,
it was great.
Yeah, man, it feels good when you get them right.
Yeah, I mean,
so when you get them wrong, I guess
it makes the Unity bags a little lighter to hold. But then when reality sets in tomorrow morning, I'm like, oh, I'm still holding bags on a lot of my positions, so it's fine.
So let's talk about this.
Sure.
People are wait. What are you guys talking about? Sorry, wait. There's some.
You know what? Hold on, I'll be right back.
Oh, it's everyone buying. Everyone's putting in their sushi orders. I'm looking at one right now. I'm just trying to see. I'm trying to get like one of these combos. But I honestly, I eat a lot of sushi, so it's like, do I want to just get an entire freaking boat? It's more than $50 though. That's the problem. Okay. What else? What else are we gonna be talking about? I'm ordering food. I gotta stop.
Yeah, I'm literally I threw up Uber Eats on my main screen, and it's just a huge map of like this guy bicycling over to my place, just watching and monitoring. Sorry that I bombed your stream. This is like totally derailed whatever you were going to talk about today.
Dude, there was nothing other than I was gonna cancel, and then Kyle tweeted out that thing that SoFi had missed their long-term guidances, and I was like, that's not fair at all. Like, you know, so I said, I thought I'll come on and talk about that and then just see where the conversation takes us. But yeah. I assume that Derek White interview is not from today. I still like to check it out if there's a lot of product talk, but.
Well, okay. So maybe we can talk about SoFi then, if that's what you want to talk about.
You guys want to do like a Q&A or something?
What do you want to, hold on, let me talk to the sushi guy.
I can change the title of this video to SoFi Investor Q&A and then invite some of these chaps from the audience in to chat with us.
Yeah, for sure. That could be fun.
Also, dude, I don't want to leak it here, so I'm just gonna say, if you remember from the members video, my content idea, I've solved it. It's gonna happen. It's just a matter of getting contestants.
Cool. Oh yeah, that's a cool idea.
Yeah,
that'll be fun. Whenever you need me for that, I'm down. But what do you think about this whole Citibank versus USB thing? I've been making a couple of videos this week about that. I don't know.
What I had a conversation with Danny Deals, okay, today.
We love Danny.
I love Danny. Yeah, and Danny said to me in my chat while we were chatting, he goes, yeah, no, I'm really starting to think that like what Tevis said, that it's going to be Citigroup. And I was like, this freaking guy. I was like, I told Tevis that it's Citigroup. But yeah, so I just thought that was funny. But yeah, Danny Deals will be on soon. I just had a conversation with him. But man, I have to edit this video that I just had with him because he swears a lot and derails. Like, honestly, he is a podcast in himself. I just had to host him and he just went off and it was a lot of fun. But it's so hard. I was thinking, like, where can I put the chapters in for what we talked about? Because it was all over. But yeah.
I don't know if Danny's available for tomorrow. We can have him on tomorrow. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I made several posts. I mean, I made posts about UBS with the whole Derek White connection and the Charles Schwartz connection. Basically, people who worked at UBS in the past who now work for Galileo. And then I also made a post about Citibank and their hundreds of millions of accounts that they have globally.
Yeah.
So they could be working with both, but also Bender 9000 came through with some of the DNS records for Citibank, and it literally says Citibank POC. So, I mean, I don't know how much confirmation you need on an unconfirmed basis, but I mean, my video was titled "Citibank Confirmed?" ? Because like that's as clear cut as you can get it, right?
Yeah. No, man, it's just the matter of time of whenever they set that up that I think is interesting, of the late 2022, early 2023. They were like you said in the thing, they were talking about a previous 2022 previous top 10. Now they're saying top 5. Is it, something along those lines? And B-Dubs really wants me to answer him right now instead of sending him a a thing, an email later, but I think he suggested that there's a potential that there could have been a top like 10 bank that ended up becoming a top 5 bank during that period of time, but not that I know of.
But so it depends on how they're viewing it. If they're viewing it by assets or if they're viewing it by market cap. And I would imagine that they're viewing it by assets for a top 10 commercial bank. That thing doesn't fluctuate that much. It's not like there's big variances in terms of those banks. It's not like if it was by market cap, yeah, Citi can have a stellar earnings rise 20% and go from number 7 to number 5. But if it's by assets, then I don't know. Hold on, my sushi's here.
Okay. I still haven't even ordered. For which, if no one knows, Tevis bought me dinner today. So I have to buy sushi now. I just don't know what I want, man. I'm being too picky. All right, I'm gonna stop though. I don't even want to freaking.
Bro, look at how much food this is.
Turn the bag.
Like 6 trays in here. It's ridiculous.
What did you buy? How much was your order? $200?
I don't know. I got all the things.
All of the things. What does that mean? Did you buy everything? Did you order the menu? Ugh. How does it feel to have Nvidia surpass your country's GDP?
Yeah. I shouldn't eat on stream, should I? I shouldn't do that.
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah.
I mean, I know I can, but this thing is recorded for all of time. I don't want people to see me eating.
For all of time? You think people are going back in our records to find Tevis and, oh my God, he ate this one day. Some of the largest streamers on the world are doing, like, they're eating, they're doing everything. Recorded for all of time, yeah. I'm just gonna change this title to not confuse anymore. What?
Sushi and stocks. What
did you say?
I said sushi and stocks. That's the new title of your stream. Oh, did anybody have a chance to see Shogun? Really good show. It just came out. Only 2 episodes.
Chris Patel talking about.
Yeah.
Sushi and stocks. You want to do this every week?
I'm down.
I don't know if you can. There's a but. Oh, okay, cool. Clipped and posted on Reddit. Thank you, Tevis.
I don't know what he's.
By the way, I sent the link. If anyone wants any Celsius questions, really not Celsius questions, SoFi questions, or really anything, if people want to come on camera, you have to be eating sushi.
Oh boy.
Okay. Yeah, is this our first mukbang?
Is that what it's called?
I think that's whenever you eat a ridiculous amount of food in front of a live audience. Or maybe not live, but an audience.
This is definitely a mukbang then in that case, because I'm going to eat a lot of rolls. Also, this is going to be some ASMR for the people watching.
I'm going to get a salmon lover. How about that?
Do it up.
There we go.
I bet your viewers did not expect this when they clicked on your channel. Yeah.
Not at all, but you know what? I gotta start mixing things up more. I'm gonna become a variety streamer now.
Yeah, fair enough.
223 people watching live. No pressure, Tevis.
This is not gonna be pretty, man.
Ah, man, I don't care.
I love that you have this zoomed in camera.
Yeah.
Did somebody also donate for me eating sushi? I feel like that was a donation for me.
Exceptional content. Yeah. Oh wait, I gotta make sure I have you on this side. There we go. That way, whenever you go for nice bites, I can just swap into the real content. Dang, I'm gonna call Panda Express. I'm eating Wendy's. Nobody cooks at home, eh? If you just do stocks for a living, you don't order at home, or you don't cook your food. I put out 3 burgers yesterday because I don't know. It's just the way I like to cook them. I like to de-thaw them a little bit and then do like a smash burger. Anyway, my dog ate all 3 of these 5-ounce burgers yesterday. Destroyed my dinner. So yeah, had to order from a local place. Hope you're washing that down with a Celsius. There he is. Have you tried that new? We got a new flavor here in Canada now. We're up to 5 now. 5 flavors of Celsius in Canada.
Sushi and Celsius, baby. Champagne of success.
Yeah, yeah.
So I do this weird thing. I do this weird thing where I'll pour the soy sauce all over all of the rolls, and then like I'm done with this little tray, and then I throw this little tray out, and then they all are well sauced. Instead of like putting every roll in this, guys,
you got to dip it, dude.
You have to take these tips.
No, you should dip it.
No. Not
a wasabi guy?
No. It's ginger all the way, man. I love
Jason
ginger.
is in the backstage. He's I'm gonna throw Jason up here. All right, let me change the thing. Jason, how's it going, man?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry, 1 second. Let me connect the audio to my
Cool.
1 moment.
Okay, he'll be back. But while he figures that out, if you guys come on to ask some questions, throw your actual YouTube name underneath. Like there'll be a place to put your name and then a place to put your tag. This dude hits me with the wagwan every time. Jason, how's it going? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, but sorry, my headphones acting up.
Okay. What's your name on YouTube?
Second Intelligent.
Sorry? Cut out.
Second Intelligent World. Can you hear me better?
Yeah, I can hear you better now.
Ah, nice.
Go.
Hey, I'm sorry I missed the sushi party. I was eating some salmon earlier.
That's close enough.
So, contributing to your variety stream, took an edible about an hour ago. So I'm gonna make it short. I'm gonna make this short. It's kicking in hard right now. As I was like configuring this, it was like, oh man, I don't have much time.
I don't have... Yeah, this is really a variety stream now.
I love that this is on Tanner's channel, because if this shit was on my channel, it's like totally normal. But Tanner tries to keep it PG, tries to keep it all nice and sane.
I don't think saying that kind of stuff though, it like, does that get caught by algorithms? Because anything can be edible.
So, well, it's legal here. I don't know if it's legal
here.
in Oh, okay.
It's legal.
What are you eating, Tevis?
I'm eating a spicy salmon roll, and then this other one is, I don't know. It's good. It's delicious.
I thought you were balling now. Aren't you getting sashimi?
I have sashimi. It's in the other tray. So.
Okay. All right.
I'm taking it one thing at a time.
So, a quick question. Thoughts on the macro this year?
All thoughts?
Well, you know how like SoFi is projecting to go up in EPS by like a cent or two per quarter this year, and then suddenly like next year and the year after that jumps to like tens. So I'm guessing a lot of it was from their projection of macro.
Well,
so
yeah, I mean that's really exciting, because I think to SoFi specifically, whenever Chris Lapointe just had his fireside chat, I thought that it was really interesting that he doesn't believe that originations are going to grow by more than 15% really anytime soon. And yet they believe that EPS is going to more than 10x from the full year of 2024 to 2026. So either lending is definitely going to make a recovery, which I do believe it will, but or financial services and the tech platform are going to absolutely take off. So it's interesting to look at. But that being said, with I haven't even done that yet. I haven't even looked at financial services, their compounded annual growth rate from 2026 with the revenue, because I'm sure I could project out what the revenues and margins are because of the comments that they just made. Anyway, for the full macro, I'm honestly not too opinionated by it. I kind of only look at that stuff whenever I'm in a real buying mood for stocks. Right now, I'm in a real holding mood, just because I'm
Real
fully
holding mood.
deployed. So,
Okay.
yeah, I honestly don't have a lot of thoughts. I think that we are going to potentially have a real soft landing and that things will be fine, but I'm internally optimistic. So,
Okay. Yeah, I mean, for me, this year with the like the delayed effect, I'm not an economist, but a delayed effect of like the interest rate and everything. I heard it's like hitting the economy this year pretty hard. I work at a JPMC, and I'm part of these like little chats that others aren't part of, and they're expecting this year to be rough, which I'm sure you heard. So I was planning on adding a lot more, maybe fourth quarter of this year. That was my plan. So I just wanted to hear others' thoughts on that.
I also think that, like, so just to share some thoughts on this, we might have a short-term pull. Okay, first of all, I'm not Nostradamus here, so just take
You're not?
everything.
none of us are, yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
we might have a short-term pullback. Market's been running really hot. It's like euphoria out there.
That's been they've been saying that for like 2 months now.
Well, it's been running hot for 2 months, right? Like things are just going up. I have a dividend portfolio and then I have a growth portfolio, and a lot of the days that I've been logging in this week, I see both portfolios up, and usually it's one is up, one is down. And so we might have a short-term pullback just because of that. Bitcoin's at like 62, 63. It seems emblematic of like these euphoric markets like 2020, 2021. Like people are seeing 20, 30% increases after earnings. It's just, so anyways, I think for the long term, and by long term meaning the next 12 months, like you got to keep in mind, this is an election year. I don't think that anybody wants to have a shitty market for an election. Like they don't want to have that down market, to have people's retirements be down, all that. So rate cuts, I'm not sure when or how many we're going to have, but
you more of a March guy still, or are you May guy, or are you now a June kind of guy? A lot of people are projecting all the way up to June now.
yeah, I'm not sure, man. I mean,
Oh, is that what they're projecting?
March,
Oh,
right?
I gotta resend the link. So, guys, if you want to chat, and we might have to start cycling some people out. So, Jason, before you have a psychological attack, I'll give you a boot before your food starts kicking in.
Yeah,
But-
it was nice talking to you guys. See ya.
You don't
Hey,
have to go. Okay. I didn't mean now. I just meant like he just
Yeah.
left. I didn't kick him.
To finish Jason's question, like I don't think it's going to be as bad as people think. The underlying economy is, I mean, we're getting strong numbers, man. I'm not sure like what people are seeing, but, and again, I'm not like super ingrained into this, but we're getting strong readings from inflation going down sustainably, from jobs, so on and so forth. Like the economy still seems to be roaring. It's evident in the earnings of a lot of these companies, like consumer staples, in terms of the tech earnings, and just overall across the board, companies are beating their guidance. And I'm not seeing a lot of companies lowering guidance or projecting really, bearish going over the next 12 months. That used to be the case, like in the fall or the end of summer, people were saying, "Oh, hard landing," but now it seems as though everybody is expecting rate cuts. Everybody is looking towards the election, and I don't know. We'll see.
I wanted to ask because I haven't been able to speak to you about Unity since
Mhm.
their earnings. What did end up happening? Because I didn't look into it, and I'm a shareholder. I'm ashamed that I didn't even check the numbers. But
I mean, I wouldn't call you a shareholder. You have 2 shares, so I don't think like you're off the hook to check the numbers. Let's put it
Tevis
that way.
takes care of me. The way he donated to me before, he also bought me a couple shares of Unity because it was Christmas. What did I buy you? PayPal.
Yeah, PayPal.
I I was debating on the difference between new and PayPal, and I should have stuck to that.
You should have
first.
gotten new, man. I would have. I'm thinking about buying some new, honestly.
Here,
I don't
let's pause on that for a sec. We got someone in the background I want to throw up. Justin,
Hey, how's it going, guys?
how's it going, man? What's up?
Great.
Chucky Farley. Okay, good, man. Good to see you. It's cool to kind of like make this community and put faces to names. But yeah, any questions? What are you up to? Are you also eating sushi?
I wish I was eating sushi, man. I didn't invest in Celsius, so I'm not living large like you guys.
Got you. Look at this little chubby bunny.
What's up, Justin?
Justin, though, what's up, man?
Not much. There are a lot of good sushi places in Canada.
Dude, I go to this one. I always order from it. It's called Monkey Sushi here in Toronto, and it's honestly great. And you know why? Because they always have the buy one get one offer on Uber Eats. I might be balling out, but you still got to take advantage of that buy one get one.
Thinking deals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I did not order from a good sushi place. I wanted to stick in that $30 range that Tevis gave me. So,
I always order way too much because I figure like after Uber Eats fees and then delivery fees and taxes and all that stuff, it always ends up being a lot more. I just want to order like a big amount just to sort of make it worth it psychologically.
Justin, I want to make your time worth it here. So let's get you. Do you have any questions or anything that you want to ask us? Because your mic's a little echoey, so I don't want to.
Yeah, I think I have like a lag, maybe. I don't know. Actually, I was curious. What do you guys think about SoFi? Celsius moving forward? You guys?
I think it would be really hard to continue such an extremely high growth rate. They're capturing, a large amount of the places where they could. So I think a large amount of the run up was because they weren't selling in certain locations and now they are. Or the different sales points, the distribution sales points that they can reach. Now that is kind of like really, really tapped out. I think that there will be great growth going forward, and it's probably a perfect long-term hold. But I'm also not like super into energy drinks to the point where, like, I don't know. This large of a rise this quickly kind of leads me to believe that some of the reward is being pushed forward, and that can't continue forever.
Yeah, just to add to that, I think that, Celsius is a $20 billion company now. Yeah, it's still growing like 98% a year, and that's all well and good, but you got to keep in mind that Monster, it took them like decades to essentially reach their valuation, and they're what, $50 billion, something like that. And so Celsius has
you don't think it's like the next Monster?
It could be. It could be, but like even if it is the next Monster, let's say what is Monster? 50 billion? That's a what, 2.5x for Celsius. So if you think about that, Celsius went from this massive run.
I think there's a lag, I think, and it's tough to differentiate between the two.
Yeah. So all I'm saying, Justin, is that, yeah, it could be in the next Monster. It could do another 2x or 2.5x, but because it's run up so aggressively in such a short period of time, it's dragged forward a lot of those future gains. And there's a period of time where you have to make a serious argument to say relative to what they're doing, are they short-term overvalued or not? I'm still bullish on Celsius in the long term. And I think that a lot of the short-term gains have been as a result of more retail community finding out about Celsius. It had a really small retail community in general before. They still have international expansion, and that's a positive sign for them. Like they are expanding into Europe, Canada, so on and so forth. But you got to keep in mind how quickly they've grown in such a short period of time, that there has to be like a cool down period or them to catch their breath so as to grow into their valuation. If you are looking at that correlation between, the stock and the company, I mean, this thing it could run just as aggressively as it has run in the past, but then people are going to say, okay, well, now we're going into that overvalued territory because it's priced to perfection relative to what it can grow into the future. And so I think for Celsius, it's done a good chunk of the run that it's going to do in the short term. That doesn't dissuade or shouldn't dissuade long-term investors who are still bullish, because they still can be the next monster. They can displace the current market leader, but it's going to take them time to get there from a business perspective so that the revenue can justify what the market cap is at.
I get that. So are you guys thinking of long term? Well, you personally, you think with the leaps, are you thinking long term, or
I'm probably
are you going to wait for them to displace Monster?
I'm probably going to sell a lot of the leaps, just because with options in general, you have to consider the sort of time implications, because it's run up so aggressively in such a short period of time. There's an incremental premium that I have on my options, and I just want to take advantage of that and sell them in the short term. Even if I were to convert those options to shares at this price, then that would be like a more long-term sustainable hold. But because they are options, every single day and week that passes, they decay a little bit more and more. They fade unless the company just continues its climb. And so I'm probably going to take a lot of the profits from the options specifically.
Nice. Well, great hit. Great call on Celsius, man. Enjoy the sushi. That's awesome. You earned it.
Thanks, Justin.
Thank you, Justin.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, we'll get you out of here. There's another one backstage. So I want to just jump in really quickly. There's a question that I just saw. I'm missing it now. Where is it? Oh, sorry. Michael said, just really quickly, he said, SoFi's customer acquisition cost went up in Q4. Is this worrisome? No, not at all. SoFi is not really trying to acquire customers on a certain sales and marketing basis, okay, or customer acquisition cost. They're doing it based on how much money that client can make, over the lifetime of the client. So, yeah, not worrisome. Okay, I'm going to bring in the next
Not worrisome.
guest. Okay.
I'm going to bring in
I can hear
next.
myself.
Not worrisome. Yes. Okay. I'm going to bring in I can next. Not worrisome.
I might
All
not
right,
be
can
able
you
to.
hear me now?
I can hear you. I'll let you talk.
All right, put me backstage again. I can't hear you without the echo. So hold on, let me fix it.
Okay. Not a lurker anymore. I'm putting faces to names now. I'm loving this.
Dude, not a lurker always freaking kills me. So it's good to put a face to a name, because I always die at his comments.
My sushi's about to be here, by the way.
Get it?
I don't know if I'm going to be able to eat it on.
What the hell? You can't just make me.
Yeah, but the thing,
have...
no. It's not that I won't eat it on camera, but if we're both just eating at the same time, then it's just that's not a podcast. So you see how I'm carrying the conversation here. You know what? I'm going to mute. I'll let you talk.
Eat your fucking sushi already, man. Enjoy yourself. People don't care.
All right. Now can you guys hear me?
Sorry, we can hear you.
Hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Yeah, how you doing?
Okay, there we go.
Can you hear me?
You're
Lurker?
right, Tevis. The only person that makes me laugh even harder is Danny Deals. I can hear you. Hold on, let me turn you up a little bit.
I think there's a large delay. I don't know why there's these delays coming through.
I don't know why.
Lurker, you live with me right now?
You're delaying Tanner more than Tevis is, but that's okay. I don't want to hear the slops. I can hear you live. Can you hear me?
Tevis, are you with me right now?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay. All right.
It's
this
just
So,
like
just the question I have is, I'm with you. Can you hear me? Here we go. There we
yeah, go ask your question.
Talking about the hybrid evaluation with SoFi. Nobody's really bringing that up. The only people that bring it up is they're talking about fans. That's it.
Yeah, I can touch on that. I think one of the things that I mentioned, Lurker, on the previous video is the fact that management is now highlighting financial services and technology platform being a bigger part of the revenue mix for this year. What that's going to do is every single fireside chat, every single earnings call, every single public appearance on CNBC or otherwise that they have, they're going to be talking about the technology platform, the clients for Galileo, the top 5 financial institutions, and the accounts for Galileo in general, and how that's going to be more prevalent of contribution to revenue. And as they consistently reiterate that message, where technology platform now has a spotlight because the spotlight is off of lending, then that's going to lead more analysts to do their research on technology platform. The Gary Gordons of the world are not going to sign a $0 rating to it anymore. And as a result of that, over time, 12 months or so, maybe more than that, it's going to have a hybrid valuation because people will assign a premium to the technology platform.
Oh, you're muted. You're muted. Sorry, I tried to give a bunch of time, Lurker, to let you talk, but there's a huge delay, and you're also muted. I think what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Oh, you back? I'll let you finish up, but then I'm gonna have to move on because there's other people in the backstage, and there's a massive delay.
I'm back. Can you hear me now? That's fine. No, I just keep up the great work, you guys. Love the information, Tevis. We laugh every Friday. You don't see me. You don't see me, but my sides are aching from laughing on Friday night.
Love you, buddy. Thanks for being on. Appreciate it.
Thanks, man.
All right, Tevis. Let me go. Daddy's watching too. Take care.
Man, he was just addressing you. Like I wasn't even here.
Who are you?
Yeah. I said, all right, bye, buddy. He goes, all right, bye, Tevis. That's funny. Okay. Now, let's see someone else. So wait, I saw a comment real quick I want to address just before we move on to the next one. Dream of Stuff said, question, are you two friends outside of YouTube? Always wonder how YouTubers become collaborators. So we weren't friends. I met him on YouTube. Didn't know that we both lived in Toronto. He made a video about me, or not about me, but he it was a article that I had put on like Twitter or whatever, and then he was like reviewing it. What ended up happening was just, you know, I said, hey, you want to come on and we'll do a video together? I really like this style, especially. I've been pretty adamant that, you know, Tevis has been a longtime favorite of mine for, you know, SoFi content. So, you know, was a big fan there. And then just turned out that we lived not far at all. So I just started, you know, we met in person and yeah, we chat offline a lot.
He makes it sound way better than it actually is, man. Like he came down to Toronto once and then he hasn't been down again for like a year. So he makes it sound like way more picturesque.
I mean, Tevis is way too busy to meet me. I've asked multiple times. I let you meet my family, Tevis. I let you meet my girlfriend, who Amit wants to meet, but not a lot of people get to meet. I'm just kidding. That's a really old joke for the people who know that Amit was stalking. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Rex is in the background. I want to throw Rex up. Rex, if you're ready, or I'll let you go. No, I'm just going to throw you up. What's up, buddy? Oh, he's gone. He's back. You there?
Yeah. Sorry, the headphones weren't working.
All good. How you doing?
Pretty good. How about you guys?
We're eating some sushi. I'm about to have mine. They're right outside my door, so I'm gonna have to leave you to. Yeah, they're dropping it off at my door right now. But Rex, what's your YouTube name?
I think it's Rex Investing.
Got you. Okay.
So I gotta congratulate on the Celsius winnings, Tevis, enjoying the sushi.
And I'll be enjoying my sushi because of his gains as well.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Rex, anything that you have any potential questions or things to ask or anything like that? Or are you also a Celsius investor?
For SoFi, what do you guys think are the nearest catalysts? It's been I think I've been in it for 2 years. So, but I see you're saying about how the technology platform is kind of being recognized, and I would love for them to talk about it a little bit more in depth. And although we see these different interviews, they don't really go in depth into it. And maybe in the next earnings, they'll talk more about the maybe confirmed POC, whomever it might be, but that being a catalyst. And then the only thing else in my mind would be maybe the Fed cutting. And I don't think it really matters when, but how does that affect fintech as a whole? I understand the banks, but fintech is kind of a little bit on the outskirts of how that affects financials.
Tevis, you take this. I'm gonna go get my food.
Okay. So Rex, is your question mainly around the technology platform specifically, or any specific side of their business, or more so just their business with regards to the macro?
Probably their business with macro mainly.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think that there's a bunch of factors with regards to SoFi that are still unaccounted for in the macro. And there's still a lot of alpha for this company, particularly with the macro. That does not look like a lot of sushi, Tanner.
You didn't buy me a lot of sushi.
You can use your own money, man. You're a big boy. You make money too. So I don't know. I just think at a high level, there's still so much alpha in this company, and that's something that I sort of realize more frequently the more due diligence that I do and the more episodes that I do on YouTube. Because a lot of analysts just don't understand what the investment entails and exactly what the projections are for this company. SoFi is sandbagging. A lot of analysts, take them at their word for their sandbagging, unfortunately. And so I think the macro is not going to be as bad as they've projected. And I think that lending is actually going to come, flat, maybe single digit percentage up. It's not going to be, brutal. Definitely not as brutal as they've been expecting. And so, I think Tanner mentioned this in a couple of podcasts ago. He said, hey, there's two ways that they can achieve 50% split between lending and between financial services and tech platform. Either lending falls and the other ones rise a little bit, or the other ones have to rise quite a bit to compensate for whatever lending rises. And so I still think we're at that place where there's so much alpha here because people just don't understand all of the irons that they have in the fire and exactly where they're going from a guidance perspective. And when you take all of their guidance, which we know is sandbagged, when you take that at face value, then I think that that's a mistake from these analysts. You get these like very bearish projections that are not very exciting at all. So yeah, I think the macro's not going to be as bad. I think the segments are going to rise much more than the guidance is, because the guidance is sandbagged. And I think that the prospects, like the NBA deal as an example, nobody was expecting that. That wasn't on anybody's radar. The top 5 bank POC, nobody was really like, that wasn't on anybody's radar to say, okay, well, it might be Citibank, it might be US Bank, whatever it might be. And so this is what I've mentioned in the past, Rex, about saying like, you're buying also that call option on the future innovation that the company can have. And with that, there's a premium that should be associated with that. But because the market doesn't realize that, analysts don't realize that, there is no premium. And I think that's where like that alpha lies in that discrepancy.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great answer. It's going to be really interesting to see how SoFi performs based on their guidance. I think it was 95% of what they made in 2023 is what they're forecasting for lending. And if it almost seems like rates don't even get cut in June, I honestly think SoFi is going to do better because of when they got their bank charter. They didn't have all that backlog of massive amounts of loan, like all those loans at super low interest rates. So, and they already kind of answered that question of a lot of analysts not sure if they're going to be capital constrained and not able to lend out more. So yeah, just interested to see how everything plays out over the next couple quarters.
Yeah, I mean, Lapointe gave us a pretty clear roadmap, especially, even in the latest Fireside, if you go back and listen to it, he talked about capital ratios, he talked about the loan sales in general. And again, I think if the macro doesn't, like if we don't get any rate cuts and it's just status quo, like SoFi has a buffer period in terms of they can choose to hold loans, they can choose to sell loans at whatever interval they want. And I think, Steve has reiterated this multiple times to say they're going to do whatever's the best option for their shareholders and whatever's the best option for their business. Like they know the levers that they can pull better than me and you and Tanner can speculate on. And so we just have to trust management to say, well, we can navigate the ship around whatever storm we come across.
I'm going to start being the Jim Cramer of this YouTube thing. Sorry, Rex. Honestly, I missed half of your, like practically all of your question. I've just been, I'm sitting in front of a massive thing of sushi now.
No, I hope you're enjoying it.
Thank you. Tevis bought it for me. It makes it even better.
It was just mainly just kind of catalyst for SoFi, whether they talk more about tech platform more. I think everyone wants to hear that. And or like how they kind of are affected by macro rates coming down eventually whenever.
I mean, honestly, I don't think like that's the one thing that I think is a little bit more pleasing for me in SoFi's case. For maybe a lot of other investors, maybe it's not their favorite thing. But for SoFi, there's not some major catalyst that I think is going to come up other than maybe things like small to mid-sized business accounts coming in and then potentially seeing a large customer crossover, something like that. But this is going to be a steady linear grower that brings on clients, and those clients turn into long-time users. And that's going to be a great business that compounds at great rates. Really reminds me of like Salesforce in that way. You have the best competition, and you just need to wait for people to realize that your product's better than the others. And that makes for a great business. But yeah, I don't necessarily think that there is going to be a lot of like large businesses that change the way people look at the company. If that makes sense.
No, it does.
All right, Rex, I'm going to get you out of here because there's another person sitting in the background. Thank you so much for the questions, though, man. That's awesome.
Thank you, Rex.
Thanks for taking the time.
All right, see you, man. Sammy.
Gentlemen, how you guys doing?
Doing well, man. Doing well.
Good. So, Tevis, I also wanted to congratulate you on your Bitcoin run. It's been phenomenal.
Ooh.
Yeah, Bitcoin's been great. Thank you.
How heavy is that position for you?
It's my third largest position, so a little bit degen, but it's been great.
Love that.
50% up on your degen position. I mean, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
In a month, sorry.
I wanted to figure out what you guys' honest opinions are on Hims. Have you been on the website? What do you think about the company?
Yeah, I mean, just while Tanner finishes chewing, I think I didn't hear their earnings call, but I did see that they smashed results,
Yeah.
absolutely crushed it. I think Hims is a company that Chris Hager has owned. It's one of the companies that he owns aside from SoFi, and it's something that their branding is so on point and they're really tackling that head on. Like if you look at their competitors, it's all of these like old sort of pharmaceutical companies that have no, it's just like, I don't know, it's like a taboo thing. And then Hims is like, hey, we're tackling all of the taboo things, like erectile dysfunction, hair loss, all of like everything basically. So I really like their branding and marketing approach
But they
to
even help with like mental health issues.
now they're getting into that, right? Because like you got to think like where are they going to expand? And so they're going to expand to mental health. They're going to expand. I think they have like skincare as well as one of their things. So I really like them as a company. Andrew Dudum, I think is the guy's name, the founder.
Yes.
I've never invested in Hims, nor have I really taken serious look at their financials. I think I have looked at them once or twice. But really, I mean, it's one of those companies where like it's a growth company, right? And so it has a lot of the problems that growth companies typically have. I can't give you like an educated answer because I don't have enough research on Hims. But all I can say is, from an outsider looking into that company, their strategy looks sound in terms of how, like, the reason why I'm in Celsius is also because of their branding and their marketing. Like
Right.
to market energy drink as like a pre-workout drink, that's genius, right? Like that's insane. And to have an energy drink be to capture that female demographic, because Monster and Red Bull sure aren't doing it, like that's really hard to do, and these companies are doing it. And so similar story with Hims, to remove that taboo aspect from a lot of their product lines and then build that trust, and then from that trust to expand into other complementary markets, I think is really admirable, and it's reflective in their growth as a company and their performance, especially recently. So, I mean, congrats to all the Hims holders. I don't think I can go any deeper than that in my answer because I don't know the specifics about the company.
Yeah, I also haven't been keeping up with the company as of the latest quarter. I'm not a shareholder in it. The only thing that scared me and what I kept away from Hims for the longest time was the large CAC costs and then the payback periods on those users. And I was a big shareholder. Well, not big for my portfolio. I mean, but I really liked Skills at the time, right? And they showed off really great metrics and daily active users and all of these things that everyone wants to see. The only thing is that they had to continue to pay people to stay on platform.
Yeah.
And so I get nervous with companies like that are non-profitable. Now, with their most latest quarter for Hims breaking profitability, it kind of shuts down a lot of those concerns. Really does show that those payoff periods are happening, that people once they get onto the platform, they're staying there, they're enjoying their erectile dysfunction drugs or whatever, their hair loss. Awesome. I don't know how much the only problem with Hims, and I'm gonna get shot at for saying this, but I just don't understand how cross-sell works for pharmaceuticals. I think it's kind of weird that if you have a ED problem, that you also need potential skincare products or something like this, and that it would be from the same company. Obviously it's working for them, so I'm not obviously the source of truth here, but for me, I just haven't gone into it because it felt so similarly with Skills and I got burnt, and it's just a personal thing.
Yeah, dude, that would suck if you have like ED and then you have skincare problems and like
Yeah, that would
you're
be
overweight
brutal.
and then you're losing your hair. Like that fucking sucks. But that's like the perfect intersection of the Venn diagram of their target audience.
Well, I just want to say thank you guys for this time. I appreciate it. Big fan of both of you. And this has been awesome. You guys should do this more often.
Thanks, Sammy. I think
Let's
so
go
too.
SoFi.
It's been great. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
Cheers. Yeah, man, I've got a freaking plate full of sushi though, and I got to start crunching. But anything else? How did you? What have you been up to this week?
Honestly, a ton of work because I'm catching up on all of the things that I missed. So yeah, it's been a lot of like just focusing on work. I have like 3 videos that I've written down the premise of and idea of, and I'm just like kind of writing down ideas for the script, but I just haven't had time to record them or flush them out anymore. So yeah, it's a boring answer, but this is really, I mean, you know, this is just what I do when I have free time or on the side, right?
I was talking about you today.
Oh,
You know, as one of the harder workers that I know. So it's insane how much content that you actually can get out while doing all this, trying to keep up with all these different stocks that you hold.
yeah.
It must be really hard. I found that it's been a hard week for me, and it was probably like a 2-day schedule for you. So that's been the thing for me lately, is like I find I'm taking more on and trying to do the live streams, but also posting full-time videos, doing you know, I'm making some content for those upcoming videos that you know about. The podcast, just recorded one now. I'm recording another one later. So all that in my free time while I'm not a financial advisor is tough enough for me. Doing what you're doing, I couldn't imagine, man.
It just means I can't get enough out that I want to get out, right? Like you do a live stream every single day, and then on top of that, you do, you know, a podcast on Fridays in addition, and then you also do like separate videos on the week. For me, it's just, you know, I'll do the bootleg weekly, I'll do the SoFi weekly, and then maybe one extra video, or maybe 2 extra videos if it's if it makes sense. But you know, it's 4 pieces of content a week versus 8 or 9 or 10, right? So
Yeah.
it's just a matter of output or lack thereof. If you see me any given week where it's like, oh, Tevis hasn't posted a video in like 10 days, it means I'm drowning in work. So that's why.
Seriously. So a couple things that I realized from this podcast, and then I'll let everyone go because it's I'm tired now and I want to eat. One, I'm never going to eat on stream again. I feel so much more sluggish already, and I'm like losing track of what people are saying because I'm like, I've got like hungry brain. I'm like looking down at the sushi and missing the actual questions that people are asking. So this probably won't ever happen again. But loving the YouTube game. As much as people are bashing, you know, the stocks that we pick and everything like this, I think that the window that they were able to talk trash on was one in a very, very bearish market. And that, you know, the stocks that you can actually do a lot of due diligence on and find great information on and invest and hold for the long term, you are seriously going to find great compounders over time. And there will be times where they're down for an extreme period of time. I'm saying time a lot. But yeah, I'm just feeling great. Portfolio is doing great. And that's a good feeling because we were doing this YouTube thing for like years during a really, really hard period to be bullish on stocks. And now it's feeling like it's really paying off. So learning new ebbs and flows as an investor. I mean, I've been investing since what, 2015, like late 2015, I guess. And I haven't really seen what we've gone through between the times of 2020 to 2023. That's kind of new for me. Just extreme volatility. So yeah, learning every day, happy, love this YouTube thing. I'm going to go so much deeper in it. Love it. Course, honestly, to the people that bash it, was one of the best ideas I've ever done. It's really going to allow me to transition to full-time YouTube much sooner than I thought. Like, I mean, it's, yeah, but yeah, it's just cool. And one thing, I don't know if you think about this, Tevis, the other thing that I think is really, really cool about YouTube, and then I'll just drop it, is my girlfriend, my kids, whoever is going to be able to look back on this insane amount of content that I've created, like video content. I don't talk about this like literally ever. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this. My mom passed away whenever I was like much younger. I've got as much as a 4-second video of her. You know what I mean? So to even remember what her voice sounds like is a hard thing to differentiate. There will be AI that will be able to clone me and my likeness based on how much freaking content there will be of me. And I'm going to do this for decades because I just think as like a legacy thing, that's a cool thing to do. And I might not talk about stocks the entire time, but I'm going to continue to record myself.
I mean, now there's definitely an AI that can mimic your likeness while you eat sushi on stream.
I want my grandkids to know how I eat sushi.
So, anyways, I feel like that's a perfect ending to this video. I have nothing to add that will make that moment any better. So we can just hop off and bid everybody a good night, and to the Celsius holders, enjoy your gains.
No, my mom passed when I was like 19, not like real young. But yeah, like many years ago. But or I was 18 or 19, I don't remember. But anyway, yeah. All right. You're right, Tevis. We'll just end it there. Thank you guys so much for watching. But bye for now.
Thanks, y'all.